Hello, I'm Mitch with BizBuilders Limited. We bring you ACT Database Solutions, the #1 CRM throughout the world. Many times people have all of their information in many different areas. They'll have them in multiple spreadsheets, they'll have them in, say, their diary books, they'll have them even in their accounting programs. ACT allows you to put all of your information into one place, thus being able to take your information and utilize it for your business, increasing productivity and the effectiveness of how your business is operating. So at this stage, what I'd like to do is just introduce you to ACT, and we'll take you to the screen now and show you what ACT looks like to begin with. ACT comes with a fairly basic setup, and this is what it looks like when you originally get it. Now, Logo Mojo is a small business that needs to be able to track their job information up here in the right hand corner, check out all of their products as far as who's bought what, and then they needed a little bit of ordering information. Otherwise, they have things like their normal information up in the top left hand corner, and that's it. So for a small company with simplified needs, you can just do a minor modification to ACT, and we at BizBuilders can take care of that for you. Let's go to a larger company that needs to be able to track everything that goes into a house. Now here we see at Bob's Building Services, everything that the person needs to be able to put into a house. Along the middle here we see all of the customized tabs that have been made, and we also see the sales status and the job status put in. This allows Bob's Building Services to be able to track everything that's going into a house and schedule everything for that job with just a few mouse clicks. One of the first things we're going to do is we've had Homer and Marge Simpson come in and look at the majestic home, his show home, and they really like it. And now they've left, they filled out a basic form, and so we're going to put a little diary note in here as far as who they are and what they've liked. So, looked at the majestic and liked it. Click on here. We have this diary note down into ACT, and this allows us to track in diary notes anything we know about the individuals that come into our business. The next step is we want to be able to send them an email. So we're going to go up to right. We're going to do a mail merge. We don't want to make it in the word processor. We want to use an email. We go to next. We have this already created, and we say, thank you for visiting. We go to next. We finish this up, and this works right through Outlook, just like any other thing would in your business. You see it's personalized for Homer and Marge. We just send this out, and now we've sent out an email. In the general way of doing business, the other thing that you would do is you would schedule an activity. What we want to do here is we want to call Homer and Marge in 2 days. We'll just say next Wednesday, 8 o'clock in the morning, regarding their follow-up. And we have drop downs, and so we just go with the drop down here. Follow up on their visit. Make this a medium priority. They haven't bought anything yet, and we want an alarm to pop us to remind us that we need to call them up. We put this into ACT, and we see that this is in ACT in their activities, and it's also in our work week now, scheduled to follow up with Homer and Marge during this Wednesday at 8 o'clock in the morning. One other thing that you'll notice is when you go into your history, the thank you for visiting email that we sent out is actually tracked in ACT, so everything you're dealing with your clients are now put into one place for you to look up with anything that you need to track. So now you've seen what ACT can look like modified, and we do all of the modifications for you, and we do this through a 7-step process. The first process is getting together with you and your staff and creating the database based on how your processes already are in place. We just take your paper processes, your different processes in your business, and we implement that into ACT, even using the terminology that your business uses. The second process is we take all of this information back to our office, we sit down, we design the database, putting in your colors, your logos, everything so that you have your customized database. The next thing we do, the third process, is to bring it back to your managers, show you what we've created for your business, and any tweaking that needs to be done, we go ahead and do for you. After we've gotten the database where you want it, we then upload all your data. This is number 4. And by doing this, we now have your data in the database. The next thing we're going to do, step number 5, is to upload ACT onto your servers, onto your computers, your laptops, things like this in your office. Finally, what we're going to do is implement all this with your Microsoft products, any ACT add-ons that you've needed. This is step number 6. And the final and the 7th step is actually 3 processes by taking you and training you. Step number 7 is the training process for you and your staff. We actually take your staff, we train you for a couple of hours, we walk away for a week, we give you a notepad, and then we sit down with you the following week, go over things that you'd like changed, train your people some more, come back a couple of weeks later, and on the final step, we train each one individually with their needs, individual needs that they would have. So that's how BizBuilders actually builds your ACT database solution for your business.
Our system before we had ACT was pretty horrendous. We had a system which had grown organically from the last 100 years, or a 100-year-old organisation.
Everything was basically written down, and so as you can appreciate, things got lost quite often. Information wasn't shared appropriately, and it sometimes can cause chaos.
It was no good to us because we couldn't record emails and faxes, telephone conversations all in one place.
Found installing ACT and learning to drive it quite a scary concept. I've come from my technology background is very limited, and but I also appreciate I've got to get up with the times.
We found that fantastic. 3 steps in the process. It was just a bit more than uploading software, and it was a really good service from way to go. Since we've had ACT, our operations of our business has become very much more productive. We've also eliminated a lot of the error that we made.
I find using ACT now easier than running my own phone system. And I've just tried to live and breathe ACT, and I've found in a very short period of time I've become very comfortable with it.
It's quite an amazing system. Our software has been developed specifically for us, and we have a lot of information at the touch of our fingers, basically.
I've now stepped into a business world, and it's just making me look a lot more professional and up with the play in this new world.
We'd recommend it every time. It has made our life a lot easier. It's made our business operations a lot more productive, and it's really eliminated the stress within our organisation as with data and data management.
The great thing about ACT Database Solutions and BizBuilders Limited is you buy it, we build it, you own it. It's a one-off cost for your business. It'll be an investment that'll pay off for years to come.